along here.
Yep. Right, we'll try and do the first question while we do this.
Okay. The thing I was thinking about was getting some soapy water and pretending I'm shaving with an actual razor while you're talking to me.
We could do that.
You know, like how they do in cowboy films.
We could do that. Because it'll look like we're preparing for the interview.
You could be saying things like, have you done lots of interviews while I'm doing it?
Yeah.
What was your most interesting one?
Okay. That's quite a good idea. Okay, so I'm going to start by asking you, do you think people in the street are a bit in awe of you? So do you think they're a bit frightened of your great reputation and presence?
I have one great advantage. I don't see it personally as an advantage, but when I'm in the street, I'm approachable and people see me as smaller in stature than they expect. So, quite involuntarily, they say to me, "You're much smaller than I thought you were." That's a great icebreaker.
Okay, so I see. So they think they've got some sort of advantage for you. Now I'm going to ask you, when were you first aware of this great mental capacity that you have?
That's like a wife-beating question. When I approach a piece of work with this mental capacity that you refer to, I always do it in the same spirit. It's a spirit of enjoyment. It's whether the task is thinking, historical, writing, it's done from that spirit of enjoyment, of let's do it. And if you don't do it right, then I say to myself, I've not worked hard enough. Okay?
Okay. So, how much do you think your age? How much do you think that your age allows you to voice your opinion freely or break rules?
I'm not sure if it's age or whether it is confidence.
Does confidence come with age?
Speaking for myself, it has come with age. I don't think I have the confidence. In fact, I wish I had the confidence that I have now when I was younger.
Really sorry for that.
Yeah.
Where's what he's up to?
Okay.
I should have said, do you know who I am?
Do you have a favourite word?
A favourite word? Charismatic.
Okay. That's quite good.
No, now.
It's not that question. It's the last question.
What?
Would you listen to me?
Oh, that's the one you want to do.
Yeah, that's the one I've got. It's a long one.
Okay. Now, a thing that interests me is, do you ever long for the bohemian life of an artist? One imagines that your life is quite planned and ordered.
Ah, Bohemians. I live with Bohemians just now. You can't find them, they're so far underneath their sweaters. I recently lost a good friend of mine, a poet named John Leslie. Had a nickname, can't remember the nickname, but anyway, he was a poet. His name was John Leslie. He was known as Jock, and a man of great emotion and great sensitivity beneath the gruffness. And a true story. He was in New York and he met Paul Simon, and on the introduction to Paul Simon he greeted him with his own famous line, hello darkness. Can we do that wee bit? Just that. And he was in New York a couple of years before he died, and he was introduced to Paul Simon, and he went up to him and he was being introduced to him, and he replied to Paul Simon, hello darkness, my old friend. But to take your question seriously, I know many poets and artists, and I mentioned earlier that people in the street are not in awe of me, but for some unknown reason artists are, and because of that, in my company, they tend, whether it's because of me or not, they tend to behave better. How was that?
That was good.
I have a sensor on it.
Okay. Do you want me to check that?
It should be fine. I mean, I can see your bag. It's fine.
Oh, it's not that.
Not bad.
Okay.
You're not filming, are you?
Okay. And now could you maybe tell me what your idea of utopia?
If you had to do it all again. Okay. A relationship built up between the interviewer and the interviewee. Much in the same way as an artist and a model, is that when you paint a picture, you bring something out, or a portrait picture, you bring something out in the model. It tells a story. And I think in the empathy interview, I think it's very much the same, is that the interviewer has got to draw something out of the interviewee. And in doing that, one word of caution was that if you're trying to do that, I wouldn't do it with someone that is too modest, or you're not going to draw that out of them. And I don't think any interview is successful if if it's over rehearsed. If you go away and talk about it before the interview takes place, you have that discussion.
Now I want to ask you, what's your idea of utopia?
Utopia. I am convinced that human beings take great pleasure in work, not in idleness. I am convinced that when people are accused of idleness, it's because they are in humdrum jobs that give them absolute no enjoyment or satisfaction. It just means, I think when people are accused of idleness, I think it's because they're in humdrum jobs that they gain no satisfaction or enjoyment from. Every human being should be involved in work capacities that challenge them and have them involved in work. And the work that they do gives them satisfaction. They derive satisfaction and enjoyment from it. For example, painters, poets, I don't think that they come away feeling dissatisfied from what they're doing. They enjoy it. Their job is almost like their pastime, so they get a total enjoyment from that. I think that is what utopia is, when people are involved in tasks that they enjoy and derive satisfaction from. It'll be looking as if I'm thinking.
Yeah.
We'll do one down at the shoe bit as well, actually.
Yeah.
So, when you think about yourself, do you see yourself as a conformist or more of a rebel?
I've never been happy with these labels. I think they oversimplify matters to such an extent that they are meaningless. Conformist, there are times when one needs to follow orders, follow the controls that other people put in for you. For example,
Who's authorised it?
No one. No one's authorised it.
Oh, right, okay. It's just that you can't come in and do...
Now, if you had to do it all again, would you do it exactly the same way?
yes, I would do it exactly the same way.
Because you enjoyed it?
No, not because I enjoyed it, because I enjoy everything. I don't have to hide the fact that I'm enjoying this conversation, in fact. I have been fortunate, having immense enjoyment in life and happily enjoy what I call intellectual pursuits rather than physical pursuits. Would I do it again because I enjoyed it? No. I would do it because it comes from a deep sense that since we're reaching a stage where historians, colleagues with a special talent for speaking simply and explicitly, and they've had a great duty laid upon them. And I think they have, some of them are dead, but they've achieved far more than my achievements. So I'm proud of what they have done. I might have done more academically if I hadn't been using up my time being involved in gossiping with you on TV programs.
So we started the interview by asking if you felt people were frightened by your presence and reputation. Now I'm going to be a little bit cheeky and ask, should we listen to anything you have to say? And should we believe it?
It's a very good question, and it's really a question I'm happy to have for this reason. You see, I'm not an oracle. Many people believe I am. I am not an oracle. I am naturally impressed by the attention which people have listened to me today, and I've been fortunate enough by birth and education, and by particularly in being in many environments, that I've had a view of life which is very, very tight-knit. My life has been happy because although I've suffered many conflicts, I've never had any uncertainty of the meaning of words like good, the meaning of the word true, the meaning of the word beautiful, and the meaning of words like original and new, etc. I've always had a tremendous pride in being born in the 20th century. And I'm truly sad that, from 30 years from now or even less, I shall be dead. And because not anyone will miss me, but because I will miss them, because so many marvellous things will be known. Now, should you listen to me? Yes. Yes, emphatically yes, you should. Not because you have to believe any single thing that I have to say, but you have to be pleased that there are people that have led happy and complete lives who feel they can speak out of a full heart and a full mind all in the same breath.
Thank you very much. It's been I take it as a privilege rather than a
Pleasure.
I take it as a privilege rather than a pleasure. Thank you very much indeed.
I've really enjoyed it. Thank you.
I can never get that. We should have done it last night in that pub or something.
What?
You know, like having a drink after,
All right.
like a day at work.
Right. Well, it's difficult to do that right now, but
No,
we,
yeah, I know.
but we could go somewhere tonight or tomorrow and do that.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Maybe.
That's a good idea.
Or maybe it just needs to be like you having a cup of tea
Or what I'll do is I'll
or a glass of wine.
I'll just put water in a glass of wine. Where would you want to do that? Because you would have to do it in a slightly different place.
No, but we could do it here because it kind of starts here and then ends here, but we'd do it when it's dark.
All right, okay. We'll do that tonight. And I'll have a glass of wine. Okay? And we'll just have to remember what I said.
I'm going to phone in and see if I can get a haircut.
Right. Rachel?